Purchasing power is the value of a currency expressed in terms of the amount of goods or services that one unit of it can buy. It reflects the real value of money, adjusted for changes in prices over time. Fluctuations in purchasing power occur due to inflation or deflation. The economic conditions of 1955 Britain provide a historical context for understanding purchasing power dynamics. The British pound sterling was the official currency of the United Kingdom in 1955. Pound sterling notes and coins were commonly used for transactions throughout the UK. The design of the pound sterling notes and coins reflected British history and symbols. The currency's value was a key indicator of the UK's economic status during that period. The pound sterling facilitated both everyday purchases and larger financial transactions. Understanding the pound sterling in 1955 provides insight into Britain's mid-20th century economy. The price of a loaf of bread serves as a simple indicator of inflation over time. In 1955, a loaf of bread had a significantly lower cost compared to today. This difference reflects the cumulative effects of inflation on the cost of basic goods. Comparing these prices highlights the changing value of currency across different eras. The scene depicts a comparison of milk delivery costs between 1955 and the present day. In 1955, a pint of milk delivered to the doorstep had a specific cost. Today, the equivalent service of doorstep milk delivery has a different cost. The comparison highlights the change in price for the same service over time. This reflects factors such as inflation, production costs, and delivery expenses. The scene depicts a butcher's shop, contrasting beef prices from 1955 with today's prices. This comparison illustrates the impact of inflation and market changes over time. The price difference highlights shifts in production costs, consumer demand, and economic factors. Observing these changes provides insights into the evolving dynamics of the meat industry. In 1955, greengrocers offered a variety of common fruits and vegetables. Staple items included potatoes, a dietary cornerstone for many. Apples were another popular and widely available fruit option. Prices for these goods reflected the economic conditions of the time. These costs provide a glimpse into mid-20th century consumer economics. The scene depicts the cost of a cup of tea in a local tea room. The setting is specifically in the year 1955. This provides a historical snapshot of consumer prices. Tea rooms were common social gathering places during this era. The price of tea reflects the economic conditions of the time. This illustration offers insight into daily life in 1955. The scene is set inside a typical British pub during the year 1955. The focus is on illustrating the price of a pint of beer at that time. This provides a glimpse into the economic conditions and consumer prices of the era. The cost of a pint reflects factors such as inflation, wages, and the overall economy. Visualizing this cost offers a tangible comparison to modern-day prices. This scene depicts the pricing of popular sweets and candies in a typical 1955 sweet shop. Prices reflect the economic conditions and consumer preferences of the mid-1950s. The display showcases a variety of treats that were commonly enjoyed during that era. These prices offer a glimpse into the affordability and accessibility of confectionery items at the time. The scene depicts a cinema setting in 1955. The focus is on illustrating the cost of a cinema ticket during that era. This involves showcasing the economic value associated with a movie ticket. The illustration will highlight the purchasing power and affordability of a ticket. The scene aims to provide a historical perspective on entertainment expenses. The scene depicts a bus stop in 1955. The focus is on the cost of a local bus fare at that time. This highlights transportation expenses in the mid-1950s. It provides a snapshot of the economic landscape of that era. The image captures a moment in time related to public transit costs. The scene depicts a train station in 1955. A sign displays the price of a train ticket for a common route. This visual representation provides a snapshot of travel costs during that era. The ticket price reflects the economic conditions of the time. This allows for comparison with current transportation expenses. The scene is set inside a newsstand during the daytime. The focus is on illustrating the price of a newspaper in the year 1955. This provides a snapshot of the economic context of that era. The cost of the newspaper reflects purchasing power and inflation rates of the time. It serves as a tangible reference point for understanding historical economic values. In 1955, a first-class stamp in the United States cost 3 cents. This price allowed for the mailing of a standard-sized letter. The 3-cent stamp was a common sight on envelopes during that era. This price reflects the economic conditions and postal rates of the mid-1950s. The cost of postage has increased significantly since then. Factors such as inflation and operational costs have contributed to these changes. The scene depicts a chemist shop interior in 1955. Common medicines were available over the counter without a prescription. Prices for these medicines were significantly lower compared to today. Toiletries, such as soaps and shampoos, were also sold at affordable prices. The chemist shop served as a primary source for healthcare and personal hygiene products. This reflects the economic conditions and healthcare practices of the time. The scene depicts the cost of basic clothing items in a store setting in 1955. Items such as shirts and trousers are prominently displayed with their prices. This provides a snapshot of consumer affordability during that era. The prices reflect the economic conditions and manufacturing costs of the mid-1950s. In 1955, the price of a pair of shoes reflected the economic conditions of the time. Several factors influenced shoe prices, including material costs and manufacturing processes. Consumer demand and retail markups also played a significant role in the final price. Compared to today, shoes were relatively more expensive for the average consumer. Adjusting for inflation provides a clearer understanding of the real cost of shoes in 1955. The scene depicts a hardware store setting in 1955. Common household items such as nails are displayed with their prices. Screws and other fasteners are also priced for customers. The prices reflect the economic conditions of the time period. In 1955, furniture prices reflected the post-war economic boom and evolving consumer culture. Basic furniture items such as chairs and tables were relatively affordable for the average household. The cost of these items was influenced by factors like materials, manufacturing processes, and retail markups. Furniture stores offered a range of styles and price points to cater to different customer preferences and budgets. The image depicts a gas station setting in 1955. The primary focus is on the displayed price of gasoline per gallon. This provides a snapshot of fuel costs during that specific historical period. The price reflects the economic conditions and market dynamics of the time. It serves as a reference point for comparing gasoline prices across different eras. The scene depicts the average cost of electricity per unit. The setting is an indoor environment, possibly showcasing a typical household. The time frame is specified as 1955, providing historical context. The focus is on illustrating the economic conditions related to electricity consumption during that era. This comparison highlights the changes in energy affordability over time. The scene illustrates the cost associated with making a local telephone call in 1955. The setting is indoors, focusing on a telephone bill from that era. The illustration provides insight into communication expenses during the mid-1950s. It highlights the economic value placed on telephone communication at the time. The telephone bill serves as a historical artifact, reflecting societal norms and technological accessibility. The scene depicts the average weekly rent for a house. The setting is indoors, suggesting a focus on domestic economics. The time frame is specified as 1955, providing historical context. The information presented is the average weekly rental cost for housing during that year. In 1955, the average monthly mortgage payment was significantly lower than today. This was due to a combination of factors, including lower home prices. Interest rates on mortgages were also considerably different in 1955. The economic conditions of the time played a crucial role in affordability. Income levels and the cost of living were also important considerations. Comparing 1955 to today highlights the changes in the housing market. In 1955, new cars represented a significant purchase for the average American family. The price of a standard new car typically ranged from $2,000 to $3,000. This cost was equivalent to roughly half of the median annual household income at the time. Factors such as make, model, and included options influenced the final price. The scene depicts the cost of a radio set in 1955. Radios were a common household item during that era. The cost would reflect the technology and materials available at the time. Economic conditions of 1955 would influence the pricing. The radio's features and brand would also affect its price. This provides a glimpse into consumer electronics affordability in the mid-1950s. In 1955, televisions were a relatively new and expensive household item. The price of a television set in 1955 reflected its status as a luxury good. The cost was influenced by factors such as screen size, brand, and features. Adjusting for inflation, the price would be significantly higher in today's currency. Owning a television in 1955 was a significant investment for the average family. The cost of a bicycle in 1955 reflected the economic conditions of the time. Several factors influenced bicycle pricing, including manufacturing costs and material availability. Consumer demand and the overall economic prosperity also played a significant role. Understanding these elements provides context for the value of bicycles in that era. The scene depicts the cost of school books and stationery. The setting is indoors, likely a school or a shop. The time of day is daytime. The year is 1955. The scene illustrates the expenses associated with education during that era. The scene depicts a typical doctor's office visit in 1955. The focus is on illustrating the average cost associated with this medical consultation. This provides a historical perspective on healthcare expenses. It reflects the economic conditions and healthcare practices of that era. The cost represents the average expenditure for a standard doctor's visit during 1955. The average cost of a dental checkup in 1955 will be displayed. This provides a historical perspective on healthcare expenses. The cost reflects the economic conditions of that time. It is useful for comparing with current dental care costs. In 1955, the cost of a haircut was significantly lower than today. The average price for a men's haircut was around $1.25. Women's haircuts, often more elaborate, averaged around $2. These prices reflect the economic conditions and lower cost of living at the time. Adjusting for inflation, these costs would be considerably higher in today's currency. The scene illustrates the cost of dry cleaning a suit. The setting is indoors, likely a home or dry cleaning establishment. The time period is 1955, indicating a historical context. The focus is on the economic aspect of garment care during that era. The scene depicts the average cost of a restaurant meal in 1955. This reflects the economic conditions and pricing of the era. Restaurant prices were significantly lower compared to today. Factors such as lower ingredient costs contributed to this difference. The image captures a snapshot of dining affordability in the mid-1950 seconds. The scene depicts the expenses associated with a typical holiday in 1955. This provides a snapshot of travel and leisure affordability during that era. It highlights the costs of transportation, accommodation, and activities. The display showcases the economic considerations for vacation planning. It offers a comparison point for understanding changes in travel expenses over time. The information is presented in an outdoor setting during daylight hours. In 1955, washing machines were a significant household investment. The average cost of a new washing machine ranged from $200 to $400. This price was equivalent to several weeks' wages for the average worker. Many families relied on installment plans to afford this appliance. Owning a washing machine was a symbol of modern convenience and improved living standards. The high cost reflected the technology and manufacturing processes of the time. This scene illustrates the cost of a refrigerator in 1955. The price of a refrigerator in 1955 is being examined. The setting is indoors, specifically focusing on a refrigerator. The time of day is daytime. The focus is on understanding the economic value of a refrigerator during that era. The cost of a vacuum cleaner in 1955 reflects the economic conditions of the time. Several factors influence the price, including manufacturing costs and technological advancements. Household appliance affordability was different compared to modern standards. Inflation rates and average income levels played a significant role in perceived value. Marketing strategies and brand reputation also affected the final price. Vacuum cleaners were a significant investment for many households in 1955. The cost of a sewing machine in 1955 reflects the economic conditions of that time. Several factors influenced the pricing, including manufacturing costs and technological advancements. Market demand and the availability of materials also played a significant role. Inflation rates and currency values of 1,955 are essential for understanding the real cost. Adjusting the 1,955 price to today's value provides a clearer comparison of affordability. The cost of a lawnmower in 1955 reflects post-war economic conditions. Several factors influenced lawnmower prices during this era. Manufacturing costs, materials, and technological advancements played a role. Consumer demand and purchasing power also affected pricing. Comparing 1,955 lawnmower costs to today requires inflation adjustment. In 1955, child care was a growing concern for American families. Many mothers were entering the workforce, increasing the need for external child care services. The cost of child care varied depending on the type of care and location. Typical options included daycare centers, private babysitters, and family care arrangements. These costs represented a significant portion of a family's income. Understanding these historical costs provides context for modern child care affordability discussions. The scene depicts the financial aspect of employing domestic help in the year 1955. It focuses on illustrating the expenses associated with hiring a domestic helper during that era. The setting is an indoor, domestic environment. The time of day is daytime. The scene aims to provide insight into the economic considerations of households employing domestic staff in 1955. The scene depicts the cost of home insurance in 1955. Home insurance provides financial protection against damages or losses to a home. In 1955, the cost of home insurance was significantly different due to various economic factors. Factors influencing the cost included construction materials, labor costs, and risk assessment methods. Historical data on insurance premiums from 1955 can provide insights into these differences. Comparing 1955 rates with current rates highlights the evolution of the insurance industry. In 1955, savings accounts were a common way for individuals to save money. Interest rates on these accounts played a crucial role in attracting depositors. These rates determined how much extra money savers would earn on their deposits. Banks competed to offer attractive interest rates to gain more customers. The prevailing economic conditions influenced the level of interest rates offered. Understanding these rates is essential for grasping the financial landscape of 1955. In 1955, contribution rates to pension plans were significantly different from today. Employees typically contributed a smaller percentage of their salary. Employer contributions often made up a larger share of the total pension fund. These rates reflected different economic conditions and investment strategies of the time. The scene depicts income tax rates, specifically for the year 1955. This information is presented in an indoor setting. The tax rates reflect the economic policies and conditions of that era. Understanding historical tax rates provides context for current tax systems. Unemployment benefits are payments made to individuals who have lost their jobs. In 1955, these benefits aimed to provide temporary financial assistance. The amount of unemployment benefits varied based on prior earnings and state regulations. These payments helped recipients cover basic living expenses while seeking new employment. In 1955, Social Security provided a safety net for American workers and their families. Key benefits included retirement income for eligible workers upon reaching a certain age. Social Security also offered survivor benefits to families in the event of a worker's death. These benefits aim to provide financial security and support during vulnerable times. Inflation erodes the purchasing power of money over time. As inflation rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. This decline in value affects savings, investments, and overall economic stability. Understanding inflation is crucial for making informed financial decisions. Purchasing power differences significantly impact economic comparisons across regions. These differences affect the real value of money and standards of living. Understanding purchasing power is crucial for interpreting economic history accurately. Variations in purchasing power influence trade, investment, and policy decisions.